Retro handhelds range from $40 Game Boy clones to $200 Android-powered emulation machines. And the mistake people make is buying based on nostalgia alone instead of actually thinking about what era of games they want to play. 5 real contenders here, each built around a different priority. Anbernic RG35XX Pro. Anbernic has built a real reputation specifically for hitting a sweet spot between price and emulation power. And the RG35XX Pro continues that with noticeably solid performance across older console generations, think 16-bit and early 3D era titles, without the premium price of the more powerful options later on this list. Build quality feels sturdy for the price, real buttons with satisfying feedback, rather than mushy contacts cheaper clones sometimes use. The custom firmware setup is more approachable than it used to be on Anbernic devices, less tinkering required to get things running smoothly. Where it actually falls short is more demanding, newer era emulation. This isn't built for anything resource intensive. For anyone who wants strong classic era emulation without spending flagship money, this is an actually smart entry point. Retroid Pocket 5. This is the power option on this list, running Android rather than closed custom firmware, which opens up noticeably broader emulation capability. Later era console generations that the Anbernic above simply can't handle at playable speeds. That Android foundation also means access to actual mobile games and streaming apps beyond pure emulation, a real bonus, if you want more than one function from the device. Build quality feels premium, and the display is noticeably sharper than budget options on this list. This is also the most expensive handheld here by a real margin, and if your interest is strictly classic 8-bit and 16-bit and 16-bit games, you're paying for horsepower you won't use. For anyone who wants to push into more demanding emulation territory, this is the strongest case on this entire list. Miu Mini Plus. Miu built its whole reputation around remarkably tiny form factors without sacrificing usability, and the Mini Plus is small enough to disappear into a pocket in a way none of the larger handhelds on this list manage. Emulation power is solid for classic era systems comparable to the Anbernic above, though the smaller screen and controls mean less comfortable extended sessions for some hand sizes. Build quality feels surprisingly sturdy for something this compact. Battery life is reasonable given the small internal size. For anyone whose main priority is real pocketability over screen size or raw power, something you barely notice carrying, this is the strongest case here specifically for that priority. Analog Pocket. Completely different philosophy from every other device on this list. This uses real FPGA hardware rather than software emulation, meaning it plays original cartridges directly with hardware-accurate timing and behavior rather than approximating it in software. That's the actual reason serious collectors and purists choose this over every other option here. Real cycle-accurate compatibility with original game cartridges across several classic handheld systems. Build quality is noticeably premium, among the best on this list. This is also priced at a real premium reflecting that specialized FPGA hardware, and if you don't own physical cartridges or don't care about hardware-accurate authenticity specifically, you're paying for a feature you won't use. For cartridge collectors specifically, nothing else on this list compares. Trimui Brick Pro. Trimui leans into a distinctive Game Boy-inspired brick form factor. And beyond the nostalgic look, the actual differentiator is a noticeably capable little device for the price, competitive classic-era emulation, in a compact, vertical orientation that feels different in hand than the horizontal handhelds elsewhere on this list. Build quality feels solid for the accessible price point. Screen quality is decent, not class-leading, a fair trade-off given the cost. Software and community support are smaller than the more established Anbernic or Miu above, worth knowing if you want extensive community firmware options. For anyone who specifically wants that classic vertical brick form factor at a real budget price. This is an actually distinctive pick on this list. All 5 links and current pricing are below. If you've owned one of these for a real stretch of time, tell us how the build and battery have actually held up. That matters more than a first week impression.